Welcome back, second graders. When we left off yesterday, we were talking about brainstorming descriptive ideas. It was really fun to read the ideas that you submitted on Seesaw, and I can tell that you folks have a lot of good things that you want to write about. So, we're going to get started with our plan today. The goal for today is to create our web and to get started with a catchy lead and get this paper going. So, remember I said when you go to bed, I want you to think about which topic really speaks to you. What do you really feel that you want to write about the most? And as I went home, I do have my Christmas tree up. I started thinking about Christmas traditions. So I'm going to choose family Christmas traditions here. That's going to be my pick. Now, some of you have a packet of papers that was sent home that looks like this. So if you have this, you're going to want to have this paper ready. Now, some schools that are watching this didn't send these home. Guess what? That's totally fine. If you don't have one of these packets, you're just going to maybe skip to your free writing tab and just go to a brand new blank sheet of paper where you can start a web. So either one is fine. If you're doing a web at home, you're just going to draw a circle like this on the paper. And we're just going to do 3 ideas for this piece of writing. So if you're at home and you don't have the special paper, just do this on any old paper. If you are a friend who has some of this paper at home, then use this. You're going to write your name and the date and your topic. And we know mine's going to be Christmas traditions. Okay, so to start our web, you always put your main topic in the middle. So just like we did, remember when we were practicing on these webs that we did and we were talking about the rock book and some of the other books, I'm going to write my main topic in the middle. So Christmas traditions. And I'm going to think of 3 supporting details there that go with Christmas traditions. So I was thinking about this, and one thing that my family loves to do is bake. You know what I'm going to say, right? Cookies. All right, so that's going to be one. Now, normally we would fill in some details coming off of this about baking cookies, and we are going to do that, just not today. Okay, I just want to get my 3 main ideas today. Another thing that helps, friends, is I did that wrong up there. Instead of making your circle first, because guess what I know about second graders? They never make the circle big enough. Maybe write your words first and then circle them. So my next one is going to be look at lights. So we have a neighborhood where there are tons of Christmas lights and this really fun Christmas show. And we pile in the car and we have a couple of different traditions. And then I'm going to save this tradition for last. You know how they say sometimes save the best for last? One of our favorite Christmas traditions is that we give to others. Now, of course, we give to each other in our family, but by this one, I'm talking about maybe somebody who isn't as fortunate or lucky as my family is. And so we like to get together as a family and give to others. So I'm going to spend over the next couple of days, I'm going to spend a day reading about each thing there, and I'm going to add a lot more details about each thing. Now that I just have my basic web done, though, what I want to focus on is the beginning or the catchy lead. So here's what you're going to do. If you have this kind of paper, you're going to turn it. You're going to see that there's a table of contents there. We know that's a text feature. We're going to go back and we're going to do that later on. So if you're one of the kids who has this, never fear, just ignore it for now and go to the next page that says Introduction. If you're a friend who's just doing this on regular paper in your notebook, just flip the page and start on a new fresh page. Maybe don't do it on the back because see how it's going through like that? You don't want it to go through. Just start fresh on a new page. Sound good? So no matter what kind of paper you're using, you're ready to go. Okay. All right. Now, friends, something that is important to know is that a catchy lead has two really important parts. So here's a little reminder for us, and I've actually included this in the seesaw activity for you to look back on. The first part of a good informational piece has two parts. Number one, it has a hook to catch the reader's attention. And this might be a question, it might be a fact, or it might be an opinion. Let's just go back to this book that we've been using rocks. And I'm going to go to the very first sentence in the book. People dig rocks out of the earth. Would that be a question? Would it be a fact? Or would it be an opinion? An opinion is if someone were to say, rocks are the best natural resources in the world. You're right. It's a fact. People do dig rocks out of the earth. So I could use a fact for my Christmas tradition writing. I could say, um, many families have different Christmas traditions. That would be a fact. I'm kind of going out of order, sorry. I could say a question. Does your family have any special Christmas traditions? Or I could say an opinion. Christmas is the best time of the year and it's filled with the most amazing traditions. Well, that's an opinion. Somebody might not like Christmas. Some might not even celebrate Christmas. So you have to choose which type of hook you're going to write. So I'm going to take my paper here and I'm going to do, I kind of like doing a question. I'm actually going to draw a little tiny hook right here just so I can remember, oh, this is my hook. I'm trying to hook the reader's attention. So I might ask a question. Does your family have any special Christmas traditions? And so if I'm asking a question, I'm going to put a question mark. And remember, if you're doing this on paper, same thing. You're just going to start right at that little red line here, right at the edge. Sometimes if you're using paper like this, it's nice to skip a line just so that you have room for those tall letters and low letters. So if you're using paper like this, you might write just on the lines that don't have that. So you might start and say, um, Maybe I would try a different one. Instead of doing a question, I could say just a fact. Many families have fun Christmas traditions. All right, so just two different kinds of examples of hooks that you could do. So your first task is either on your paper or in your writing packet to write a hook. Now, once you get the reader's attention, girls and boys, this is kind of funny, but I always sort of pretend that my reader isn't that smart. You guys, sometimes people just aren't paying attention. They don't really know, oh, what's this book about? I don't even know. So you have to just straight up, flat out, come out and tell them what this paper is about. So you need to use a topic sentence. Now, a topic sentence is going to let your reader know the purpose of the piece. There are many different ways to start a topic sentence, my friends, but I have found that for second graders, two words that make it easier to start a topic sentence are the words there are. And so then I kind of laughed. I thought it was funny because I was looking at the books using rocks, and sure enough, guess what I discovered? Here was the hook. People dig rocks out of the earth. And look, here's the topic sentence. There are many types of rocks. People use rocks in different ways. Look, you guys, so they told us right in the topic sentence there that this book was going to be about all the different types of rocks and how they use them. And sure enough, we know they talked about marble, slate, granite, sandstone. So now I need to write a hook about Christmas traditions. So I'm going to start with those two words, there are. Okay, now I'm going to just look at my plan. I'm talking about these different traditions here. There are many traditions that families have during the Christmas season. And I'm just going to label this right over here, TS. This is my topic sentence. I'm even going to underline the there are just to remind myself, yep, that's my topic sentence. So I have a hook. Does your family have any special Christmas traditions? And I have a topic sentence. There are many traditions that families have during the Christmas season. Now my reader knows exactly what this paper is going to be about. Your job today, my friends, you have two things to do. Number one, you're going to make that web on the front of either this paper or a regular piece of paper, right? So you're going to make a web, you're going to take a picture of it, and you are going to upload it to slide number 4 in your seesaw activity. Then you're going to open up or go to the next page, and you're going to two sentences. That's all you have to write. You're going to do a hook, and you're going to do a topic sentence. Once you're finished with that, you're going to take a picture of that page and you're going to upload that to slide number 4 in your seesaw activity. Don't forget to click the check mark button to submit it. And I can't wait to read your wonderful, catchy leads. Happy writing!